Hey guys, Aaron Cybertron Zeng here, and today I'm back with another episode of Road to Ranked, where I climb the online VGC 17 ladder and provide live commentary as I go. Today I'm going to be switching it up to a new team. We had Zelda, Sam Pendalis' team from second place Worlds, earlier featured for the last week and a half or so, but today I'll be switching to another top performing team from Worlds, and this one was built by Paul Ruiz. He also goes by RalphDude90. Give him a follow on Twitter, linked in the description below, because he is an awesome guy, and he is he's been in the VGC scene for I think like a couple of seasons or so, but this was his first World Championships that he competed in. He's from Ecuador, I believe, which is really cool, and he got third at Worlds at his first World Championships, which is just like absolutely crazy, and he's just a really impressive player from Latin America. Definitely a name you guys should be following for upcoming seasons, and I think he has a really great mentality towards the game. So if you want to try this team out, it's on the Pokemon Global link, so I'll link the QR code in the description below. Give him a follow on Twitter, and if you want to check out his Worlds report where he talks about the team, his team building process, and his opponents, definitely check that out as well. I love personally reading VGC written reports, and it's really cool to see someone like him who did so well at Worlds write something like that. So all of that stuff's linked in the description below. Thanks to Zelda once again for letting me use his team earlier on. If you want to try out his team, that's also linked in the description below. And I am trying to record a feature episode with him later today, just to, talk to him a little bit, get some mindsets from him, see what went into the team building process, and just play some fun games with him. So hopefully we can get that done later today. But yeah, I'm going to be using Paul's team for the next week and a half or so, and hopefully you guys enjoy it because it has a ton of tricks up its sleeve. You see the Pokemon on the bottom of the screen there. Tapu Koko, it's actually Choice Scarf, Salamence, which is Dragon Dance with Flying MZ and Earthquake, a Belly Drum Facade Snorlax, a Will-O-Wisp Marowak, Wideguard Celesteela, and Alolan Persian. So I've only played one game with this team to try it out, and it is really fun, but it is very different from team comps that I am used to. So I'm going to be quite unfamiliar with using this team in general. You'll probably see my inexperience. I wouldn't be surprised, just to lose a couple of games earlier on, because I think this is a pretty difficult team to use, which is why I'm really excited to try it out. So we're going to get into the first game of today's episode. As always, if you guys enjoyed Road to Ranked, please show your support by leaving a like in the video. I'd really appreciate it. My opponent's got a team of Tapu Koko and Raichu, Snorlax, and Mimikyu, Ninetales, and Garchomp. I think these are actually the same 6 Pokemon that knocked me out from Worlds. There was a Japanese player I played at Worlds who ended up making it to Day 2, was on stream actually, and had the 6 same Pokemon. And this is like a terrifying team composition because, Mimikyu Snorlax is a team mode in itself, Raichu Tapu Koko is a team mode in itself, and so there are a lot of guessing games, and that makes it really, really tricky to play against. So, how do I want to approach this? Snorlax is quite good if I can get a Belly Drum up, but really worried about Koko and Raichu. I feel like you might leave that if you're my opponent. So maybe Marowak seems pretty decent here. Yes, Marowak and Snorlax with Salamence. I like that. And I like Celesteela a lot here if I can get rid of the electric types. My own Koko is tempting. Persian's also kind of tempting because of foul play and fake out pressure. And yeah, like I've used all 6 of these Pokemon on teams before, but nothing on a team comp like this. I think like the closest thing I had was the Persian Snorlax team with Speed Swap Pheromosa that I was using a long time ago. But this operates very differently, and I think like this team specifically operates pretty differently in terms of playstyle, which will make it very interesting. But we see Koko and Ninetales here for my opponent, which I am okay with because Marowak is a phenomenal matchup here. Snorlax is actually really solid here as well. So yeah, I'm pretty content with this lead matchup, because obviously all electric type attacks will get redirected from that Tapu Koko. I do want to knock out both of these because they are pretty big threats to my Salamence, and Salamence is great against Garchomp, even Mimikyu and Snorlax. So let's see. I don't want to Belly Drum immediately. I could get Encored by Ninetales, which would be bad. And Tapu Koko is definitely the bigger threat to me. There's nothing that can really switch into a Flare Blitz other than the Garchomp. But I could also High Horsepower and Shadow Bone. Like, I would think Tapu Koko protects her switches out here. And I don't want to just give free switch-ins right now. Garchomp coming in would be pretty bad, so I think actually I want to knock out Ninetales just because I can one-shot my Salamence. I'm going to Shadow Bone and Facade, because I don't want to risk missing. We'll see if Koko stays in. Nice, it switches out. Garchomp? Yeah. Ninetales protecting here would be quite bad, though. No, it just Aurora Veils. Ooh, I should have actually remembered Aurora Veil Just because now I don't think I knock out with Shadow Bone and Facade, which is really bad for me, actually. So let's see. Don't think these will knock out. Well, maybe, actually. That's really close. I think it will now. Let's see. I like the Facade Call on Belly Drum, but unfortunately for me, I do miss out on the knockout there, which is quite unfortunate. But I did not want to take Recoil immediately with Marowak, which is why I went for that. So, I am worried about Garchomp just Swords Dancing here. And if it does have Swords Dance, that'd be pretty bad. Otherwise, you would just Tectonic Rage Marowak and Blizzard. So I kind of want to Will-O-Wisp it. That seems really risky. But at least I'll knock out Ninetales. Yep, I'm actually going to Will-O-Wisp and go for a Facade onto Ninetales, just because I really want that knockout. But yeah, Ninetales just Blizzards, okay. So I should knock out Ninetales here. Tech Rage should have knocked out Snorlax. Let's see if it Tech Rages. It does Swords Dance. Okay, if I don't miss Will-O-Wisp, this is really good. And it's really cool to see Will-O-Wisp on Marowak, so please don't miss. Nice. Okay, cool. That's a really cool animation from Marowak, too. Yeah, so burning Garchomp is so big here. Just because essentially I waste the turn of Tailwind for my opponent. Right, Garchomp gets back to the same attack stat that it was pre-Swords Dance. It takes some damage from Hail and Burn, and obviously, you know, that damage isn't reduced by Aurora Veil. And I knock out Ninetales, which is a major component. Like, it's such a big threat to the Salamence that I have in the back, so that's really good. But it's kind of funny using a Marowak against a Ninetales. Kind of reminds me of the World's Finals, where Ryoto did have the Marowak and actually had Brick Break specifically for Aurora Veil, which I thought was really funny and clever. But that's good. Salasila will do really well here, especially because I see Snorlax coming in, so all I need to do is make sure I knock out the Tapu Koko in the back, and Salasila will pretty much clean this up against Snorlax and Garchomp. So now I do get a free opportunity to switch into my Salamence. And I could double switch here. That might be a decent call. Like, Snorlax probably wants to Belly Drum here. So I could Belly Drum with my own Snorlax. The Tailwind is obviously still up. I'm like almost 100% sure this is going to be Belly Drum Lax. You probably Tech Rage into Marowak. So maybe I actually double switch here. I kind of like that, yeah. Just because if I Belly Drum with Snorlax, my opponent will still outspeed me because he or she has another turn of Tailwind. And switching Salamence here is pretty safe. Like, it's gonna, even if my opponent like makes a call on Rock Slides, that'll still be fine. I really wanted to Will-O-Wisp Snorlax, but I feel like if you're my opponent, you know now I have to knock out Marowak, so I'm gonna Tech Rage that slot. But maybe my opponent reads this and just like goes for a Dragon Claw or a Rock Slide. Let's see. Huh! Actually made the call on Rock Slided, wow. So I could have Will-O-Wisp Snorlax there. That takes a lot of damage too. Belly Drum? Yeah. Yeah, if I switched, because I think I could actually take a Rock Slide from neutral Garchomp. Like, I was considering switching Salasila, or the Snorlax Slide into Salamence and just Will-O-Wisping. But I was like, oh surely my opponent has the Tectonic Rage here. So, really nice play there. I also gotta wonder if my opponent has Light Clay, because that would be pretty bad for me. I'm pretty sure I should take a Rock Slide plus any attack from Snorlax. So this next turn, I'm just going to protect Salamence. And probably Leech Seed Snorlax. Yeah, even though I got the burn on Garchomp, like, anytime a Snorlax gets the +6, that's pretty bad. Obviously. The last turn of Tailwind here for my opponent. Yes. So I will protect, and I will Leech Seed. Like, unless my opponent has Wild Charge, Snorlax shouldn't be able to knock out Celesteal. I could have Rock Slide as well. Actually, the Japanese opponent when I played at Worlds did have Rock Slide on his Snorlax instead of High Horsepower. But there's no reason not to protect Salamence here. Let's see. Yep, just Garchomp going for another Rock Slide. Hopefully I don't flinch and hit Leech Seed, that'd be nice. Yeah, Celesteal takes that really nicely. And nice, I'm still faster. So I do get the Leech Seed onto the Lax. And there is a Rock Slide. I'm wondering if this is, like, just my opponent from Worlds. Yeah, so that does a lot to Celesteela, but at least it doesn't knock me out. It does make this pretty scary, though. Because if you're, you know, like a normal type attack plus Facade, you definitely can't knock out the Celesteela, but now Rock Slide, you saw how much damage it did there, which is actually quite bad for me. The upside is, of course, Snorlax does not have its berry right now. But the downside is I believe Aurora Veil still has one more turn, and that's pretty bad. Yeah, because I can't just, like, knock it out this turn. It'll be close, actually. I gotta think about my endgame right now. This is really intense. What a first game with this team. So I've got Marowak and Snorlax in the back. Garchomp is slowly fainting and it's at -1 attack. Snorlax has Rock Slide. That's bad. I have Fly EMZ. And there's one more turn of Aurora Veil, but it could have been Light Clay. Ninetales. I protected last turn with Salamence. Just gonna check. So, like, I'm inclined to Z-move Snorlax. I feel like I should do that just to get as much damage off. And the question is, do I want to Heavy Slam? Or do I want to just protect Celesteela? I think protecting is probably the safer play. Oh, I have Wide Guard! Why didn't I Wide Guard and Z-move Snorlax? That would have been so much smarter. Yeah, that would have definitely been better. Okay. But that's fine. Garchomp only has spread moves. Oh, this is going to be crazy. Yeah, this is where Wide Guard and Celesteela might actually really come into play. If I could replay that, I would have considered maybe Wide Guarding and Dragon Dancing. That would have been a lot better for me. Now the question is, what does Snorlax go for? Because I don't think Supersonic Skystrike will knock out, but if it doesn't go for Recovery, Hail plus Leech Seed might finish it off. Let's see. It does just Rock Slide. Oh, okay, cool. So Snorlax will faint here now. But now I'm staring down at Garchomp at, well, it's +3 attack and it's burned. But yeah, I totally forgot about Wide Guard there. That was just me clicking my buttons too quickly. Of course, Snorlax could have gone for his Facade. Ooh, this will be really close actually, because Hail stops. Let's see. How much does Celesteela heal? I also wonder if there's Discharge in the back. Okay, so I actually don't knock out the Snorlax, but that's okay. I am probably going to want to bring in my Snorlax right now. Okay, Aurora Veil wears off. Nice. So if I bring in Marowak, I can Wide Guard, and actually my opponent can't touch me. That just seems smarter. Oh, although my opponent hasn't Z-moved yet, so Garchomp could totally Tectonic Rage. That's bad. That's pretty bad. Can a +1 Tech Rage knock out Snorlax? That's the question. I think I have to bring out Snorlax, though, because I need my opponent to... I could just protect my Marowak on the Tectonic Rage. I might still knock out through Protect. Yeah, I'm going to bring in Snorlax, then. This is so intense. I really wish I had just Wide Guarding Dragon Dance last turn. That probably would have just won me the game. Okay, let's think this through. Snorlax will faint. It's seeded. Garchomp is at +3, but it's burned. I don't think a Tectonic Rage will knock my Snorlax out. I'm going to Recycle. Oh, maybe my opponent goes for a flinch right now, though. Recycle Heavy Slam? I get a defense boost if I knock out the Snorlax. We'll see if Garchomp just Rock Slides. If it does and I don't get flinched, I'll be in a really solid position. Not a really solid position, actually. Like, I really wish I seeded the Garchomp at some point. That would have been really nice. Maybe I should have Z-moved Garchomp as well. The second Swords Dance was a really nice call. Yeah, okay, it does Tectonic Rage. So that's good, just because now I know it's Tech Rage, Swords Dance, and Rock Slide, so I actually can't touch my Marowak. And Coco shouldn't be able to touch my Marowak either. However, if Coco knocks out Celesteela, that's bad. So I haven't revealed Wide Guard yet. That's kind of my trump card right now. But this is nice because I know I won't get flinched. My Celesteela will win 1v1 against Garchomp. Just because I've got lefties. No, I don't. Hang on, unfortunately. But yeah, I have lefties and I'll get a defense boost from knocking out the Snorlax here. Which is why I went for the Heavy Slam. I can't let it get like a single target Rock Slide against me right now. So Snorlax will go down as well. Now the question is there Discharge on my opponent's Tapu Koko, and what item does that Tapu Koko have? Oh, it will be really close. If it doesn't have Discharge, I think I'll win. If it does have Discharge, I think it's GG. Although maybe not yet, not necessarily. Let's see. I think Coco's still at full HP, but I think a Flare Blitz will just knock it out. Unless it's Sash, but Sash Coco wouldn't make much sense on a team with Alola and Ninetales. Okay. Alright. So, Garchomp right now we know has spread attacks. I have Wide Guard on Celesteela. So why don't I Wide Guard Celesteela to not get knocked out by Marowak and just Shadow Bone Garchomp? Because then Coco shouldn't be able to knock out my Marowak. 1v1. Does that make the most sense? Yes, I think it does. So I'm going to Shadow Bone Garchomp and Wide Guard. Because I'll win the 1v1 against Coco with Marowak. And I think Coco might protect here. Well, let's see. Oh wait, if it has Discharge, you'll get blocked by Wide Guard anyway. Yeah, Coco shouldn't be able to touch me. I totally forgot about that. Oh, nice. This Wide Guard is coming in so clutch right now. That's huge. My opponent just Thunderbolted. I don't know if he or she forgot about the Marowak's ability, but yeah, nice. That just knocks out. And now Marowak just wins. That was kind of anticlimactic. I don't know why I was so worried about Discharge. Well, no, sorry. Yeah, I was worried about Discharge because I was like, oh, that negates. I mean, it's gonna go through the Lightning Rod, but then I forgot I had Wide Guard as well. Like the coverage there is actually so cool. So I'm just gonna Flare Blitz and I'll just Leech Seed now. Or should I play it safe? Yeah, I should play it safe by just Wide Guarding again. Yeah, because Coco literally can't do anything. You can't Discharge to knock out Celesteela, you can't Thunderbolt. It needs like a hidden power. And it just keeps Thunderbolting, yeah. I think the reason my opponent Thunderbolted was because that's Specs Coco. So what my opponent was hoping was, okay, I'm gonna lock myself into Thunderbolt. I'm gonna knock out the Marowak with Rock Slide, and then Tapu Koko just wins the 1v1 against Celesteela. But yeah, the Wide Guard there obviously really saved me. So I'm so glad, like, using this team immediately, the text that it has, Will-O-Wisp on Marowak and Wide Guard and Celesteela proved to be so relevant. You know, getting that initial burn immediately on turn 1, that was a big deal. Or not turn 1, but getting it against Garchomp and shutting it down, like, a little bit more, that was really big. It was a little bit scary because my opponent didn't burn the Tectonic Rage, which I thought was, like, such a nice call. And then Snorlax got the Belly Drum up, so I was like, oh god, this is going to be really bad. But fortunately, we do end up with a very close win there in the first game today. But yeah, with Wide Guard and Celesteela, I don't think my opponent had any chance of winning that game, unless it was like Life Orb Coco with Discharge and Hidden Power Ground, maybe. But I'm gonna guess that was either Specs. I mean, it's probably Specs Coco. Like, I was gonna say, like, you don't really see Scarf Cocos, but then this team actually has a Scarf Coco, which is kind of funny, so we'll see if that ends up being used. Next opponent of the day, kind of a similar team, Coco, Garchomp, Ninetales, and Snorlax all returning, but this time with a Celesteela and a Arcanine. So, let's see. Celesteela's great here, if I can eliminate Coco and Arcanine. Getting a Dragon Dance up with Salamence would be really cool, but I'm not sure I could do that. My own Coco is kind of tempting. Just gonna check the moveset again. It has Electro Ball, which is pretty cool. Skydrop is also pretty cool. Maybe I actually want to use it for Skydrop, because then I could get a Dragon Dance off with Salamence. I'm thinking like whether leading Persian's worth it for the fake out pressure. I don't think it is. But I'm just really worried, like Coco Dazzling Gleam does a lot in general. My own Snorlax is kind of tempting here, honestly. Maybe I'll lead Snorlax. Snorlax lead actually seems kind of solid. Just the pressure with Belly Drum immediately. Snorlax and Coco? I have no idea what I'm doing. Marowak, and then I want Salamence or Celesteela. Salamence is better for Intimidate. Celesteela is better to switch in. Especially into Ninetales. This is kind of tricky. I'm gonna go with Salamence just because having a Z move and Dragon Dance hits really hard. But I'm not really sure I agree with my Pokemon choices here. But like I said, I'm new to the team, I'm learning, so let's see how this goes. First game took quite a while now, so quite a long episode for you guys today, but pretty exciting. I'm really glad like the Wide Guard and the Will-O-Wisp proved to be so clutch in that last game. Like I think I would have lost without either of those, and so it goes to show like why this team was able to perform so well under such a good player at Worlds. So I'm going with Coco Snorlax. This is going to be interesting. We're going to see Coco Arcanine from my opponent. I think I'm okay with this. Maybe not. I don't know. Did I bring Marowak? I think I did. That's pretty good for me. Yeah. The Arcanine might have Will-O-Wisp or Roar, so I don't want to just... Yeah, I think I'm going to switch into my own Marowak. Can't really Volt Switch, because then I would just go into myself. Maybe I'll just Dazzling Gleam. But I could get Flare Blitz into Coco. Get Skydrop. Skydrop would actually be kind of cool. Who would I Skydrop here? Probably Arcanine. No, my priority should actually be to knock out the Tapu Koko. Yeah, because if I knock out Coco, that's a major threat to my Salamence out of the way. Ooh, that actually switches out. What's coming in? Garchomp. That's pretty bad. Is it too bad? I mean, is it really that bad? It's kind of bad. That's pretty bad. Yeah, this is just awkward now, because I could have brought in Salamence in for free if this weren't the case. And Flare Blitz targets the... Wow, it's an interesting play. Okay. So now, like, my opponent's safest play is to just protect. I think I gotta swap out into Salamence. Yeah, the only downside of Skydrop is when your opponent switches out, which is why it's, I think, a really tough move to use. Man, I also considered Dazzling Gleaming there. That would have been so nice. But this is not nice now. I mean, switching in Salamence here is going to be good for me, at least. But Arcanine switches out. Maybe back out into Coco. Ooh, and a Celesteela. Okay. Salamence actually could sweep this game if I play around the Celesteela correctly. And I think this means my opponent's going to go for an Earthquake here with the Garchomp. So I'm going to get the Intimidate. It actually still affects Garchomp in the air. Fun mechanic. Fun fact. I'm going to bring down the Salamence, and my poor Coco is probably going down to an Earthquake. Might be a Tech Rage. Probably an Earthquake. Yeah. Oh, let's see. Yeah, just Earthquakes. Okay, I'm okay with that. Do I survive this at -1? I don't know. Since I did take the little bit of recoil chip damage from Rough Skin. Ooh, I actually do hang up. That's quite nice. Okay. That makes this interesting. I am definitely going to Dragon Dance right now. And I think I'm going to swap Coco out, back out into Snorlax. The main thing that I have against, like, the main advantage I have against my opponent is I have 2 setup Pokemon in Dragon Dance Salamence, and it has Earthquake as well, so it hits Coco, Garchomp, and Arcanine, and then I can Belly Drum up with Snorlax as well. And then I've got two tools to deal with Celesteela in Tapu Koko and the Arcanine. My opponent doesn't know that I'm Scarf right now, so right now, like, if you're Celesteela, you might be scared. Actually, if you're both of my opponent's Pokemon, you might be scared. So, getting a Dragon Dance off here is really huge, and I think I get a free opportunity to, just because right now, Salamence puts on pressure against Garchomp with a Dragon-type attack, Tapu Koko puts on pressure against Celesteela with an Electric-type attack. I wouldn't be surprised to see a Protect on Celesteela and a Garchomp switching out into Tapu Koko, or maybe Celesteela just decides I'm going to attack here, and Garchomp does switch out. I would assume into Tapu Koko. Yes. Nice. Okay. What does Celesteela do? Does it Protect? It doesn't protect, but I do get the Dragon Dance off, which is good. Yeah, seeing a Protect on Celesteela would have been a little bit nicer there, but you can't really complain too much. It actually just goes for a Heavy Slam, probably into the Coco slot. It actually targets Salamence, okay. So, trying to set it up potentially for a Dazzling Gleam knockout. Which is scary. I do want to Protect here, and just Facade the Tapu Koko, so it is in KO range of an Earthquake. This is kind of obvious, though, and the downside is that Coco could easily just Protect here. Which would be pretty bad for me, yeah. +1 Earthquake probably knocks out, but I'm trying to cover for the option of Celesteela switching out into Arcanine next turn. It looks like it actually is switching out. Yes, okay. So hopefully Coco doesn't Protect here. If not, it will get a free attack off, but the main issue right now is I've taken a ton of damage, and I haven't done anything in return. Okay, Salamence protects. Does Coco Protect? Don't Protect. Yeah, okay, it just Dazzling Gleams. So I think neutral Earthquake should be able to still knock out the Coco, which would be quite nice. But maybe I should have high horsepower, because -1 Facade's not going to do too much. Ah, that's close. I don't know if Earthquake will knock out. I could Z-move Arcanine here as well. It's just so tempting to Earthquake, but I don't know if it knocks out Tapu Koko. Now I wish I high horsepowered. Yeah, I really wish I did that. I'm gonna Earthquake. And Arcanine's not too much of a threat. Do I want to recycle Belly Drum? Belly Drum is tempting. I'm actually gonna Belly Drum this turn, yeah. If I knock out Coco at neutral, that'd be so huge. And if the Coco protects this turn, that would also be incredible. No, it doesn't. Okay, can neutral Earthquake knock out Tapu Koko? It's super effective. The Salamence is admin, I believe. Let's see. Oh, so close. Can I survive Dazzling Gleam? Oh, I do. Okay, this just got really interesting. Wow, this episode's gonna be super long. And Snorlax just gets the belly drum off, which is such a big deal. So now I can actually knock out the Koko through Protect with my Z move and Recycle with Snorlax. Yeah, that's all really nice. So I think that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to Supersonic Slash Strike into Tapu Koko, and I'm going to go for a Recycle just to get all the way back up to full HP. Like, even though I've got Snorlax set up now, it's still not necessarily, like, I'm not necessarily in the clear yet. However, I should be able to get a guaranteed knockout onto that Koko slot. It could actually switch out into Arcanine, and I don't knock out Arcanine at -1. But I do have Scarf Koko in the back, which is actually might come into play here. So the Z move here should knock out Koko should it Protect. If it switches out, anything coming in will take a neutral Z move. So if Garchomp comes in, that might just knock out or do around 80% or so. Between 80% to knock out. It's actually Arcanine coming in, which I think is a good play on my opponent's end, but there's a lot of free damage off against Arcanine, which I certainly won't complain about. And I do, more importantly, heal my Snorlax all the way back up with the berry. So there's the Z move. It was the safest play possible. So yeah, I should have probably high horsepowered instead of Facading there, just because I didn't consider the option of Celesteela switching in, and Facade's damage output obviously isn't that great. Although the upside is if my opponent does have Will-O-Wisp and tries to burn Snorlax now, like that actually increases my attack with Facade, which would be nice. And wow, that does so much damage. And wow, Arcanine doesn't have a berry, which is really interesting. And my opponent missed the Leech Seed, which is also unfortunate. Huh, is it Banded Arcanine then? I am definitely going to Earthquake here. And Facade into that slot. Well, okay, if it's Banded Arcanine, yeah, if you E-Speed... Well, hey, I'm just going to double up into the slot this turn. Maybe I should have actually swapped Salamence out. But I don't want to take a Band Close Combat onto Snorlax, because that's like the one way I just completely lose my Snorlax pressure right now, and that would not be good. Okay, it just E-Speeds. Yeah, it's fine. This is gonna be close. I'm gonna knock out Arcanine here. We'll get seeded. That's fine. And now I get a free switching into my Koko. And Koko's pretty good against all my opponent's Pokemon right now, especially because it can't get E-Speeded, so surviving earlier might have been huge. So, wow, this is super fun. I love playing like long drawn out games like this. Hopefully it's not too boring for you guys, but yeah, it's just really exciting because there's so many options every turn. So I will eat up my berries, so both Snorlax and Salamence were able to get set up this game, which was pretty cool. So now, the question is, do I want to bring in Marowak or Koko? I think the answer is Koko. Yeah. Yeah, I'll bring out Koko. Because if my opponent brings out his Koko right now, then I put on a lot of offensive pressure. If it's Garchomp coming out, it could potentially knock it out with a combination of Koko and Snorlax. And if Garchomp goes down, then Snorlax Marowak will win me the game against Celesteela and my opponent's Tapu Koko. This is a crazy episode, wow. But I'm still not in the clear, like I don't feel really amazing about my position. It is Garchomp coming out, okay. Okay. Skydrop worth it? I'm not sure. Could Volt Switch, I could Dazzling Gleam. No Z move has been used up on my opponent's end yet, I believe. Maybe it was Z Arcanine. Does Facade knock out Garchomp at this range? I'm not sure honestly, it might survive. Do I wanna I really wanna just Electro Ball Celesteela and Facade Garchomp. I don't want to Volt Switch into an Earthquake. Because then, yeah, Marowak's just too important. So I think I will just Electro Ball the Celesteela and Facade. Because I should be able to survive a Tectonic Rage. It's just whether Facade will knock out Garchomp. Celesteela doesn't Protect, but I'm not sure Electro Ball knocks out. Nice, okay. What does Garchomp do? It just Rock Slides. If I don't flinch. Let's see. Don't flinch. Please don't flinch. Okay. That's not fun. That's not fun at all. Oh boy, that flinch is not a good time. It's not a good time. This is so close. This is so close. Okay. That might be Scarf Chomp if it's rock sliding. I'm gonna take a guess and say it is Scarf Chomp. I'm gonna protect. And if it is Scarf Chomp, then the play is to just knock out Coco right now. But I don't know if it is. I want to honestly take a gander and say it is. Because that would explain the rock slide play. Yeah, I'm gonna Facade Coco, thinking it's Scarf Chomp. Ooh, Coco protects. That means you're probably not Scarfed. I should have just targeted Garchomp. Okay, let's see. It does Rock Slide, so maybe it is Scarfed. And my opponent... Oh boy. I don't think I faint from a Rock Slide. But if I just Facaded Garchomp there, that probably would have been game. Oh, it's still a Seed. Okay, so the reason why I attacked Coco there instead of Garchomp, because I thought it was Scarf Chomp, but I don't know whether Facade knocks out or not right now. What do you do? Rock Slide Dazzling. Yeah, now I have to target down Coco, because I'm assuming it's Z-moved. I wish I just Facaded Garchomp there. That was probably a bad oversight on my end. I'll talk a little bit about the reason why I did that afterwards, but... Yeah, I'll Shadow Bone Chomp. Or no, Shadow Bone Coco. And try to go for the knot. I'm like confident I'm almost confident it's Scarf Chomp. That was a really smart protect. Yeah, it is Scarf Chomp. Wow, I can't believe my opponent made the call to protect Coco. That was so smart. I do hang on with both, okay? I just get Dazzling. I should have recycled, shouldn't I have? Well, oh wait, no, Shadow Bone. Okay, yeah, if I don't get flinched here, I'll just knock out the Garchomp. Ideally. Oh, this is gonna be so close. Okay, no flinch. Doesn't knock out. Whoa. Wow. That was crazy. What an episode, guys. What an episode. Yeah, I don't know. I should recheck the calcs on +6 Facade against Garchomp. I think if you're, like, maybe decently bulky, you can survive, but maybe I'm just wrong. I don't remember how much attack investment this Snorlax has as well, which is why I was unsure about that. But, yeah, like, I didn't want to Facade into Garchomp, have it survive, and then you could you'd get a Rock Slide and a Dazzling Gleam off. I guess I should have just attacked with Marowak. I shouldn't have protected there. Maybe I should have just Facaded Garchomp and Shadow Boned the Coco. That might have been more sense. Because we saw how much Rock Slide Dazzling did. But, yeah, I didn't want to get, like, I also didn't want to get Rock Slide Dazzling. Like, the thing is, if I eliminate Coco, then I know I win 1v1 against Garchomp, because, like, Rock Slide is not going to win against Snorlax unless you get a billion flinches, although I guess when there's Rock Slide, there's a way. But that was really crazy. I couldn't have asked for, like, a better first episode with this team, just because... had some really great opponents. I think it featured so many key components of this team already. We didn't really bring Persian today, but like the Dragon Dance Ments, the Belly Drum Snorlax, with so much setup, the Will-O-Wisp on Marowak, the Wide Guard on Celesteela, all of that already came into play. And the Choice Scarf on Coco. That was actually huge, yeah, being able to outspeed my opponent's Scarf Garchomp, and just allowing me to get the free knockout on Celesteela, which I don't think my opponent was expecting. The Electro Ball being able to pick up the clean one-hit knockout too. So many crazy relevant things happening here, and I think like if there's any episode that demonstrates why Paul's team did so well at Worlds, like we played against some relatively standard meta teams, this episode should demonstrate why. So what a first episode to have with this team, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you want to try it out yourself, check out the link in the description below. Once again, huge thank you to Paul for allowing me to use this team. Give him a follow on Twitter, linked in the description below. Go check out his Worlds report. And once again, huge congrats to him for getting third at Worlds. That is just an incredible feat for his first World Championship. So yeah. It's going to be it for this episode, one of the longer ones, but a really fun one. Hope you guys enjoyed. As always, leave a like if you did, and I will catch you guys next time. Alright, peace.